So today we'll be going over the first aid unit. The first part of the first aid unit will be going over how to splint. There are two types of splints that are the main types where you would have a fracture or a compound fracture or a simple fracture, but any one of those you would have to do a splint for them so they don't move their arm around and cause further damage or injure themselves, making it harder for the doctors and nurses to keep them in care. Well, what you can do as a citizen after taking the CPR course or first aid course, you can do one or two depending on how many injuries they have, or one for each limb that needs to be immobilized and splinted as it is. So now I'll be going over the first step. So there are 3 steps you do for every situation, for whether CPR or first aid, anything to do to help someone. So first thing is called a check. You check the situation and assess what you need to do. If it's safe, you can proceed. But if not, then you cannot proceed and help the person regardless of how badly injured they are, because your life is more important, and you don't want to get injured as well, causing further damage. The second step would be call 911 or ask someone to call 911. And the third step would be caring for the patient. You can care while they're calling 911, but if you have any confusion, you can ask the operator or the person on the other line to ask for help. So the first thing you need to do is check the situation. So, sir, are you okay? What happened?
I think I fractured my arm.
Oh man, we gotta mobilize the joint and splint it where it lies. So, where specifically does it hurt?
That's right here.
Okay. So now, where can I find something? Oh yeah. So we can find. I found a folder or a book, right, or anything to support it would help. So the first thing you do is slowly lift their arm up and slide something under, and then you would have to make their arms drift, their fingers drift off. And so now you ask them to hold the bottom of the things, because since one of their arms still works. And so now you would get at least 2 pieces of cloth or any shirt you find lying around. So the first one I found was like my bandana. So now I would have to fold this up to create some sort of string. So now, can you lift it up a little bit? So now you put it under and kind of close the top a little bit so you can make a knot on the top. You want to make the knot for the top and also in the bottom of the folder. Okay, there's the top one. Do you know where it can? Oh yeah, and here's another one. So you would also want this one to be more of a string thing as well. So you take this. You can roll it up. So now it becomes sort of a string. and then you do the same thing. You do the same thing. You close it up a little bit, not too tight because you don't want them to get any further damage. You make a knot, and there you go. Here's the first one, and so now if you want, may I ask you if you want to go to the hospital or something?
Yes.
Okay, so now since this person is an adult, he gave consent, but say in this situation he was a minor, and I'll first have to look for any adult after, and I would also have to identify myself first and say the procedure I'm working with. Well, under no circumstances can you take a minor to the hospital unless you're an actual EMT worker or a special doctor, because as a regular civilian you cannot do that. And this is the first way you can splint and safely immobilize a broken bone. The second type of splinting would be on their leg, where they can break a bone near their ankle. This is very common when they put too much pressure over here, and they can't. And further pressure would cause further damage in their leg. So this will be an example of helping a person splint here, so they don't have any excessive movements. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, so sit down so you don't have to put any pressure on your leg. So, which leg is it that you need help on?
Right leg.
Your right leg?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, keep it on the floor so you don't have to use any extra muscles. So now, what you want to do is to get a piece of book or folder. Folder would be the best because it's the most flexible out of them all, or a magazine. So first, you would get their leg. May you stand up for just a little bit. You would get their leg. You would put it over here, and then same thing like the last procedure. You would want to immobilize it. For this one, you can have two. But then just for now, since it's kind of I don't have a big of a folder, I can just put one and make a knot. And so now you can ask them to sit back down again. And so now this will prevent them from moving around, and it immobilizes the joint so they can't further injure themselves. So I don't immediately call the ambulance since I don't see any visible compound fractures or compound breaking a bone. And so, but if there were, I would have to ask a buddy. This would be my buddy, and I would say, "Hey, call 911," and he would respond. Yeah, I'll call 911. I'll call 911 or to ask for an emergency. If you're in San Jose, you would use the specific number, which would be 408-227-8911. But if anywhere else in the U.S., you would just do 911 if you don't know the local emergency, because time is very important when it creates to injuries. The longer an injury is out, the more it can be unstable. And so now we're going to proceed to the second part of the first aid unit. This is going to be the second part of the first aid video. Yeah, so this one will be about putting a sling around the person's injured arm. And this is for when there's not really a fracture, but it can also be when there's a fracture as well. But like this is for like less severe stuff, and when they can't and when they can't really move their arm. So today we're going to assess the thing. How are you doing today?
Not good. I hurt my arm around this area and just it hurts a lot.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make a triangle. Get any cloth and make a triangle. Okay, can you sign up for me, please? So now you want to have the 90-degree angle over here where it hurts. So let me put it under you so you can't so you don't drop your arm. So here, can I let you hold this really quick?
Yes.
Okay, so now you throw this part over into the side and have this part, let this come over here, and now can you face towards the camera? So now you would tie this on the back and make a knot so it doesn't fall out. Okay, and so now what I would do is, now can you hold it just for a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Can you make it, you pull this back, and now you let the fingers drift off, and now he doesn't have to carry it this whole time. And
Thanks, man.
this is going to be the third part of the first aid thing. And so this part we'll be discussing how to treat a bleeding victim. Okay. Oh shoot! You okay?
I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Oh no, he's bleeding, guy. So now, you have any broken bones or anything, or is it just
It's
this?
just bleeding and won't stop.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna apply pressure. Okay. Oh shoot! It's seeping through. I gotta put another sterile cloth on here. Okay. Can you leave it above your heart?
Yeah.
And if it's still bleeding, I'm gonna compress the pressure points right here and right here. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So now it's the bleeding's slowing down and the blood is clotting. Okay. So what I can do right now, okay, is ice the thing, and is ice the thing, and leave it on there. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over the fourth part, which is a tourniquet of the first aid. So, oh shoot, what's up, Kenny? Oh no, I cut Kenny.
I'm bleeding.
He's bleeding too much.
Help me.
He needs. Oh no, it's way too much bleeding now. Oh shoot, he needs to be amputated because like half of his thing's already cut off. So now I'm gonna I'm gonna apply the tourniquet. Yeah, tight.
Ooh, yeah, I feel it.
Okay, and then now you need to put a pen or something in between the first one, and then you put make another knot. And now you twist this. You twist it. You twist the pencil until super tight until he can't feel anything anymore and all the blood's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's really tight, Hans.
Okay. And then now. Oh shoot! It's severed. Oh no! So now I have to hold it, and then put the severed part in a bag, and then wait for the EMS to come. Hey, can someone call 911? Yeah, I could call 911. Okay. And this is. And now I'll be going over the fifth part of the first aid unit, which will be choking. So this is going to be my demonstration of choking. So oh shoot, are you choking? Okay, so now can I do the Heimlich maneuver? Okay, so now I'm gonna clamp my fist against his navel and avoiding the xiphoid process. So now I gotta go in and up, in, up, in, up. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, man, for saving me.
Yeah. So now he can be able to breathe well, and to get the necessary care, and drink water. So he'll feel better. This will be the sixth part of the first aid unit, and this will be going over how to treat a person who is unconscious and needs CPR. And this will be given on a random person and a stranger. But I can't give him mouth to mouth because he's not family members, because he could carry a disease or conditions that can transfer to me and make me sick. So what I can do though is just only chest compressions 100 beats per minute to 120. So the first thing I'll need to do is to move him to the side, supine position, to make sure he's comfortable. And so now what I can do is move his arm to the side, and now his arms to the side as well. So now what I can do is check if he's truly conscious. So what I will do is say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And the second thing I can do is a sternal rub. So you take your knuckles and then you rub here, but you have to rub harder than normal. So and oh shoot, he's not waking up. Okay, so now what you have to do is knowing he's unconscious, you would have to open his airways so he can breathe properly. So now what you do is the two finger chin lift and head pull back. So his chin will face more to the sky. So this is how you do it. The two finger here, head lift to the sky, and now he'll open his mouth. So now I can check if he's breathing. So what I'll do to check if he's breathing is put my head perpendicular to his mouth, and here he's breathing. I can't. Oh, he's not breathing. His chest isn't moving up and down. So now, locating the xiphoid process will be 2 fingers from the xiphoid process, which is here. And now you can place your hand right here, and now you would interlace them, and then now you would do the chest compressions until the EMS comes. Yeah, make sure you're firmly above the person and don't bend your elbows because that will create weakness and the person won't be alive. Oh yeah, then the EMS comes arrive, so now I have to tell them the victim's over here. I've been doing chest compressions for 15 minutes. Can you can take over now. Now I'll be going over the choice of mine, which is an allergic reaction. So now this will be a reenactment. Oh, what are you eating there, Kenny?
Peanuts.
Wait, aren't you allergic to peanuts? Oh no, he's having an allergic reaction. He's going through anaphylactic shock. He's gonna pass out. I need to take my EpiPen and then stab his leg.
Man, you saved my life.
Okay, now he can breathe well now. Okay, and what I did was assess the situation. I figured out he was eating peanuts, and I didn't have to call 911 immediately because I found his EpiPen. But in case I couldn't find his EpiPen, I would have said, "Where's 911? Where? Cause is anybody there? Cause someone called 911." And then a person would respond saying, "I can call 911." And so now he's good now and living. This will conclude my presentation of for extra credit on the first aid unit. Thank you.